almost there. Come on now. Come on, people now. Shine on you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I said good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. We are having a start of this day, and we all are gonna say that it's gonna be this special way for gratitude. Do. And if we keep singing along, we might find out that this song doesn't have no words enough to last as long. And yet it's love morning, yeah, and it's presence practice, yeah, and it's the Love Ambassador Meetup. Bum. Welcome. Hi, good morning. Hi, Peter. Good morning. If you are here, say hello. Leave a comment so we know you're here. And hey, share what you're grateful for. I am grateful for a nice overcast morning. I do like the overcast. I don't like sunny days. Is that so wrong? Does that make me a bad person? Does it make me not a good American? My skin has gotten too sensitive. I'm trying to find where the center of the frame is. Today, as always at 9 a.m., we do this live broadcast to share a moment of connection, to remind ourselves that we have the ability to be love ambassadors as we go through the world. We can focus on gratitude, look for things to be grateful for, and ideally share them here if we remember them. Look for opportunities to be kind, remind ourselves to be present. Remember that our path of growth is so really the biggest adventure we're on. So spend a little energy on our growth and supporting others in their growth. Good morning, Brent. My growth, I was noticing this morning that I have not, for 60 days, I was every morning listening to affirmations and meditating, close to 60 days, and having a morning routine and writing. And my morning routine has gotten a little sloppier. I'm still listening to a lecture each morning that is in some form of self-growth. But I'm not doing the affirmations, which maybe I should begin those again. And the gratitude MP3s. And I'm still meditating every day. And I'm exercising every morning. So I'm not like off track, but I don't have the exact same discipline, which is good to have a consistency. But one of the things that I'm really at least trying to stay focused on is the work as defined by Michael Singer and many other people too, of just kind of not avoiding difficulties or conflict or triggering things, discomfort, and instead embracing the things that are awkward and noting that those are the places for growth and trying to allow them. So I am really shifting my focus of my life to one of, a form of hedonism, not selfishness hedonism, but in, trying to, I think that my life was very much based around enjoying my life as much as possible. And if that meant avoiding something that caused me discomfort, or if that meant having a cocktail to diminish the discomfort of some anxiety, that's what I would do. And now I'm trying to step into aspects of discomfort, seeing them as growth opportunities, which is important. I'm saying that to myself this morning because I'm getting ready to go on a road trip. And anytime there is things that I've never experienced before, that is one that causes me anxiety. And so I'm trying to keep remembering that when I feel like a twinge of discomfort or anxiety, and like as I'm packing, it comes up, trying to remember that I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this as like going to the gym, and I don't want to walk around all the weights and avoid all the weights. I want to consciously, mindfully work out. So I'm trying to do that with life right now. Which is why I announced my waterfall tour, which the one place I knew I was going to go on my waterfall tour was Yosemite, and then learned that Yosemite has got too much snow for a waterfall tour, but it might be a good place to go skiing. So my waterfall tour, now the focus of my waterfall tour is a day of skiing. I'm trying to overcome some fears and old blocks about skiing. So, again, away from hedonism into growth. Not that there wasn't tons of growth within my hedonism, but trying on a new chapter. Which, by the way, I am at 12 weeks without intoxicants. Boom, boom, boom. Good morning, Brian. Brian says the Daily Stoic is an interesting podcast most days, rather short yet appropriate. Cool. So are you grateful for that? Is that what that means? Peter says, I'm grateful for the honest effort you bring forth to fellow love ambassadors. Thanks, Peter. Good morning, CJ. I'm going to move this window over so I don't have to look so far to see the comments. Kind of impressed with how YouTube is making captions on the fly as live captions, which I guess explains one of the reasons why there's a delay between me and your receiving of my vibration. I am live right now on Facebook and YouTube, which if I'm on the road, I will probably not be able to do both of those at the same time. Actually, is that true? I don't know. I might still be able to. And actually, I don't know if I'm going to be doing live broadcasts at the same time, is because I'm going to be a little bit more in the flow, a little less rigid in my schedule. No apologies necessary, Brian. Brian says, yes, I'm certainly grateful for the Daily Stoic. And thank you for the 12 weeks. Congratulations, guys. Guten Morgen, Pierre. Hi, Pierre. Good to see you. If anyone else has things that they are grateful for, I am grateful. I'm having a cool opportunity this evening. The author Mark Manson, who wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which I enjoyed his book and I enjoy his videos. I saw something on my Facebook that said, hey, San Diegans, you want to be in a video? So apparently Mark is filming a YouTube video tonight and needed extras. So I'm going to go hang out and be an extra for a video tonight for Mark Manson. And so I'm grateful for the freedom of my time that I could do something like that, and freedom in my schedule for this adventure that I'm getting ready to do, which I'm nervous. I started packing yesterday. I'm going to finish packing today and hopefully leave tomorrow. I think that's my plan. But I don't really know at all where I'm stopping or when, so I may adjust that departure time if, for example, it makes sense to drive during the weekend and go skiing on Monday, instead of I don't want to go skiing on the weekend. I don't know, figuring it out. But I was listening to a lecture on the movie Time Management, or not the movie, the book Time Management for Mortals. I'm forgetting the author, but great book. and really emphasizing the importance of making decisions, deciding, that, and being aware of, by not deciding, what your mind is trying to do is keep your options open. You can do everything, but by not deciding, you are there's some anxiety in that, and I recognize that. So I'm trying to just decide and go, and then embrace whatever discomfort comes from that, knowing that the discomfort that I'm afraid of is going to be not as bad as the scared me thinks it's going to be. Luann, good morning. Luann is grateful for the first apricots of the season. Nice. Apricots. That is never, they're fuzzy, right? I mean, no, peaches are fuzzy, but apricots are fuzzy too, aren't they? Or apricots? I'm thinking nectarines. I'm a nectarine fan. Fuzzy things give me like the shivers. Like, there's something about the dryness of it. Oh, I've got shivers. Like newspaper, the feeling of newspaper gives me the shivers. The fuzz on an apricot can give me the shivers too. Isn't that weird? Thank goodness for weirdness. I'm grateful for a rendezvous yesterday and a bike trip to the local Stella's ice cream parlor, which is so good. Oh my gosh. I had ube with toffee, and guava with cream cheese and graham crumbles. Right? I almost went back to get a second cone. I am grateful for gratitude circles. I love that twice a day I get to connect with people and hear what's going on in their lives that they're grateful for and share. In addition to these morning ones as well, but I also love seeing people's faces, and it's a more focused gratitude practice. This I get to talk a little bit more about whatever, which is also very nice. And I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this opportunity to allow the thoughts to flow. Peter says, opening cereal boxes between the age of 10 and 20 gave me the shivers. Okay, I could understand that. Yes, I get you. I'm with you. Luann says, grab a nectarine on your journey. You will pass plenty of farm stands along the way. They are a delight. I think as long as I open it with a knife and don't try to bite into it, I think I'll be okay. Brian is grateful for the opportunity to share time with friends, exploring new spaces, recalling dreams which lead us there, or led us there, becoming a part of the grander world beyond ourselves. Love it. Thanks, Brian. Oh, and while I'm just chatting with you, I this morning was spending some time looking for a book to listen to on my road trip. So if you have any suggestions of a book you just think is amazing, and really it could be fiction, nonfiction, although if it's nonfiction, I think I'm more interested right now in like a biography or history, if it's super interesting. Yeah, or just a good story. I kind of want to I want some storytelling as I'm driving. I do have some books already that are self-helpy. I think I'm listening to. I'm open to it. I mean, I think if I was going to do self-helpy, I probably should listen to Atomic Habits. Everybody's telling me I should listen to that. And speaking of listening, are you listening to Stay Sparked? Put a new episode out this week. that I think is really good. And if you're not on my mailing list, I sent out a newsletter this morning, which I haven't done in 2 months, 3 months, because I haven't sent anything out since my last, since I started this journey, which was not 3 months, it's 12 weeks, which, as I learned, is not the same thing, because 12 weeks is 84, right? 84 days? 7 times 12? Yes. Is that right? Man, these computers sure make my brain dependent. Brian says, presently I'm heavily focused on compassionate communication and sociology. Perhaps speaking peace in terms of nonviolent communication would be a decent listen. I've never read the OG nonviolent communication book. John Adams by McCullough. Okay, cool. Cool suggestion. I will jot that down as well. Thanks. I think I may have... Marshall Rosenberg, that's right. I just had a voice kind of creep into my head, which is trying not to give it too much power, but I find that I do not remember books or anything really. I remember concepts generally, but not specifics. Like, I have read through Nonviolent Communication, and I couldn't recite back to you, what the steps are. I know the gist of it and the idea behind it and the energy of it, but I know there's steps, and there's like specific phrases you say. And while I know kind of what they are, and so it's that fear of my memory does affect my desire to invest in books or even trainings. I know some people if you invest in a workshop or a weekend or a week training, you learn those things. But I don't have confidence that I will remember that in 6 months. And so it's tough to psych up and spend a bunch of money unless I know it's just for the moment. Like, if I read a fiction book or if I learn some things, as long as I'm not attached to retaining it. It's like I have to come to terms with a memento style life. Interesting. Good morning, Faith. Hello. Welcome to this day. Puddle Dancer Press, focused on healthy human connections and empathy. Interesting. Well, I will keep that in mind. Thank you. I think that my focus right now is less on my interactions with fellow humans. I think until I am in a deep emotional relationship with another human being, I think that is where my edge is in terms of trying to be better at communication and empathy. Because I think in general, I think I'm pretty good with human connections and communication, unless I get to having a partner or partners, and then like committed partners or partners, and then I think you get to levels that I could use help with. Whereas my current focus is more on me and my growth and working on my triggers and trauma. So that's a little bit more of where my focus is right now. And when I want to break from that, a story. So that's kind of what I'm looking on. Brian's saying, our language is very important. Our phrasing can be received in many different ways. Like gratitude, it's best to happily acknowledge we're receiving what people express to us. In terms of our own apologies, thank you for letting me know is a good way to start rather than a direct apology. Peter's saying, how can your audience get you to include more houseplants in your streaming shot? Is there not enough houseplants? You're probably right. How dare I put so few houseplants? I got this big one. I got this big one. But you don't see any of these. Here, I'll show you my... Let's see if this works. You don't get to see this beauty. Oh, look at that one. Oh. And these behind this computer right here. Oh, and this is a nice one over here. Yeah, ooh, 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 oh, ooh. And these? Can't see these on screen? Or those? Can't see those on screen? Oh. Or these? Can't see these on screen? Hey, I'll give you a little house tour. At least of this room. Brian saying that nonviolent communication can help us with ourselves. Since we're focusing on foundational languages, we're also learning how to connect with ourselves. All right. I'm glad it is being so helpful to you. I agree. Nonviolent communication is an incredibly powerful and important tool. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's, if there's no more gratitudes, let's have ourselves a hug. And then go off on our days as love ambassadors and look for opportunities to connect and say hello. I'm also grateful for my tomato plants out front are doing awesome. My other plants, I planted them, unfortunately, so they're getting totally dwarfed, or the sun's being blocked by the tomato plants. I planted a cucumber and a pepper, and there ain't sun enough for the four of us in this plot, unfortunately. But don't tell my house plants that there's neglected plants in the front yard. I don't want there to be a revolt. Well, I had this cool elephant ear bulb, and when I got it, used to be in the back there's this huge plant, but it wasn't getting the right amount of sun, although I thought it would be. And so as it was all dying off, I put it in the front yard, and it's already got a new leaf coming. So maybe it just needed more sun. That's kind of exciting. So wherever you are in this moment, good morning, Victoria. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the plant tour. And glad you're here for this morning with me. Wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze, and let's feel ourselves being held by one another. Recognizing that shared human experience. Recognizing that we are all so much more alike than we are different. Let's forgive ourselves and forgive others. And encourage ourselves to be in the direction of kindness and compassion and gratitude and presence as we go into this day. Let's take a deep breath in. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for this morning love, this presence practice, this Hug Nation gathering. I love you. Enjoy. I should still be here tomorrow, and unless I don't think I'll hit the road tomorrow. So I don't think. Maybe I will. I'll let you know. Bye. Hello, Corey. Corey, the trip is not designed at all. It's just I had time in my schedule because of I was going to do a Vipassana meditation, 10 days. So I had it on the calendar. And then I decided I wasn't going to do that. And then I had jury duty set aside, and then I got dismissed from the jury. So I had some time, and I am trying to fill my days with more than, I'm just trying to do new experiences, yes. As far as just being fixed, really encourage you, if you listen to the beginning of this broadcast, I'm talking about a little bit about how, well, actually, just skip what I'm talking about. Go listen to Michael Singer's podcast and his videos, the podcast videos on YouTube. That is what I'm embracing, the allowing discomfort, self-consciousness, and trying to not be so afraid of it and just allow it to pass. So, and I believe it is making it is relaxing in me. And as you kind of dig into that and let it go. Corey is grateful for this today, my close people and animals. Awesome. See you soon.